Stacy, that was
Hi.
amazing.
Thank you. That was, first of all, our first time in Halifax, and our first time. I mean, we are back in the UK this week for the first time in like 15 years or something. I don't even know. I've lost count.
And what did you think of the venue?
Incredible. Honestly, I was just telling someone when we came off, I was like, I felt bad like saying swear words and stuff in this environment in our songs. You know, I was like, it felt very kind of posh and old school.
How was it looking out from the stage?
Incredible. I mean, this whole tour, I got to tell you, has been, it's really a dream for us because, like I said, we haven't been here in a really long time. And so we weren't sure who was going to turn up. You know, we're the opening band. We're first on the bill. It's been a long time. And every night, like, people are showing up early and singing along. And, like, I look out there and there are different, like, pockets of, like, I see guys that are, like, our age, you know, that are, like, singing along. And then I see guys that are our age with their kids that are singing along, you know. So we have these, like, generational fans out there, which is incredible.
So many of your T-shirts out there.
I mean, it's amazing. You know, that first album, I wish I knew who did the artwork for that first record. It's the one with the black and the silver cassette. I mean, it's such an iconic shot. And I don't mean that, like, I didn't do it. You know, that was somebody else did it.
Why don't you know who did it?
I probably did at some point, but that was 30 years ago.
Is it
or whatever.
because it was such a blur when you were coming out for the first time?
Yes, for sure. I mean, we had, like, such a meteoric kind of rise, you know. We had a song on the radio before we ever played a show, really. You know what I mean? So our band was very different in terms of, like, Bowling for Soup or Good Charlotte or Newfound Glory or Sum 41, all those bands that we played with back in the day. Those bands were out there, like, grinding, you know, in a van, out there playing shows, Warped Tour, Side Stage, you know. We showed up like, oh, here, our song's on the radio, and now we're just headlining, you know, a 2,000-seat venue. You know what I mean? So we had a very different kind of beginning of our career.
But what you did have in common with them was it all exploded for all of you at the same time.
It did. Like that late 90s, early 2000s kind of pop punk kind of, you know, world was really fun to be a part of. And it was like a juggernaut. It was like one day, you know, our first tour, I think we played with, like, our friends' band called Super Drag, who are an amazing band. If you don't know Super Drag, check them out. They never had, like, big success, but they're an incredible. They influence every band in this scene, I guarantee you. And you know, we were playing a 400-seat club, and then 2 months later, we're playing with Sum 41 in, like, front of 5,000 people. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it was a very different experience for us. Now, most of us had been in bands before that had success. You know what I mean? I was a drummer, and I'm not even a singer. Like, I'm a drummer. That's what I do. This is a side hustle.
It's been a pretty successful side hustle.
It's been very good. No, I can't complain.
And tonight here with Bowling for Soup and Frank Turner, what a dream bill.
It's incredible. I mean, you know, the fans, I think there's the thing that I wasn't sure about was, like, how much crossover fandom will there be, and it's just been incredible. Like, we've just been really well received here. The bands are great. Obviously, we have been friends with Bowling for Soup for a million years. How old are we? I mean, you know, we spent Jarrett and I were talking about this the other night, like, we spent basically all of 2005, that entire year, together. We toured the States together. We came over here together. Jarrett and I wrote songs together. So just to be back in the fold with, like, our friends and like-minded people has been a really amazing experience.
And in the meantime, since you mentioned drumming,
yes,
how's drumming with Miley Cyrus?
Drumming with Miley Cyrus is amazing. I mean, you know, for those of you who don't know, my day job for the last 18, I think we're closing in on 20 years. I am Miley Cyrus's musical director, and I play drums in her band. And Jamie from American Hi-Fi, the guitar player, is also in Miley's band. So, we've had a really interesting life for the last 20 years, you know? And it's one of the reasons that we had to kind of sideline Hi-Fi is, you know, I got busy doing things with Miley. Then I started musical directing other artists. And, you know, it's kind of like taken over my life in a way, in a great way.
What's Miley like to work with? She's
the best. I mean, she's so down to earth. And, she knows exactly what she wants, and after all this time, we have a good shorthand. You know what I mean? Like, we know I already kind of can anticipate what she wants to do, and then if I do something that it's not quite right, she'll say two things, and I'll be like, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
In fact, I don't think she'll mind if I say this, but we did the Grammys last year, or 2 years ago now, and on the we were working on this arrangement, and she said, I wish it sounded more French, and I knew what she meant. You know what I mean? And I went back to the drawing board, and I was like, here's more French, and she was like, yes, that's it. So it's fun to have that kind of relationship with artists.
You're also the godlike musical director for Olivia Rodrigo.
I have been working with Olivia for the last 5 years. Yes, that's been incredible.
Has it been insane?
Insane. I mean, another great artist. The thing that Olivia, the thing I love about her is, she really draws from bands of our era, in fact, even before, 90s bands, So that's been, I'm so lucky.
Is she super smart?
Yes.
Yeah.
Really smart, really talented, the real deal. Yeah.
What's it like working with a performer like Olivia?
I mean, it's so many things. It's so rewarding, to work on those kinds of shows. It's also so stressful, you know what I mean, for somebody like me. So if you don't know what a musical director's job is, our job is to produce the live show for an artist, right? So we produce the music. So that sometimes that means hiring the band, working with the artists on the set list, deciding what you're going to do with the songs. Like Miley might say, hey, I don't want to play Party in the USA again the same way. Like, can we do something else? So that's, as a musical director, that's our job to go, okay, here's an idea. How about like this? And so I'll often go to my studio with my partner and engineer, Craig, and we'll do demos, for the artists and say, here's 3 versions of Party in the USA, or here's 3 different versions of Good For You, and then get feedback from them, and then, kind of take it from there. And it's very collaborative and super rewarding.
Are they fans of American Hi-Fi?
I don't know, to be honest. I do know that Olivia is a fan of Veruca Salt. I was the drummer in Veruca Salt.
Yeah.
So I do know that she likes that. Sometimes I don't even know if Miley obviously knows that I was in Hi-Fi, because we're like family at this point. But, I'll work with certain artists, and sometimes they don't know my history. They know me as a musical director for Miley or Olivia, so they hire me, and then find out their parents, are like, hey, this guy was in Letters to Cleo or whatever, or American Hi-Fi, and they come to me, they're like, is this you? And they point at a video from the 90s.
Since you mentioned Veruca Salt, there's a song that stood the test of time.
One of the greatest. I mean,
it still sounds great.
So great. Being in that band was one of the highlights of my career, because I was a fan prior to joining the band, you know what I mean? So I've had a really insane career, and I don't take it for granted.
And are you going to do more American Hi-Fi?
As a matter of fact, we are.
Oh, tell.
So we just finished recording a new record. I'm gonna do a little name drop, because we were talking about the Foo Fighters earlier. We recorded our new record at Dave's studio in LA, and I think it's gonna come out this fall, maybe, if we can finish it up.
Okay.
But new full length. Yep.
So with a band like yours, with you and a band like yours, I assume it's self-produced.
We produced it with Dave's engineer Oliver, who also worked on the new Foo Fighters record. I think I can say all of this. So co-produced by Oliver and us, and it's pretty darn good, I have to say. And I'm going to throw another thing out there. There's a song. Do you know the band Fountains of Wayne, Stacy's mom?
Of course.
Okay, so Adam Schlesinger, who was he's one of the songwriters of Fountains of Wayne, he and Chris. And Adam passed away, unfortunately, in 2020, but he was a good friend and inspiration to all of us. And I'm very happy to say that we have recorded one of his songs on the new record, which I think is probably going to be the first single, and it's called Guitar Center. And I'm just laying it. This is breaking news right here.
Wow.
Breaking news. So I'm really honored to be able to share that song with the world. It was a song that Adam wrote that never really saw the light of day, I guess, and with any other artists or Fountains or anyone. And his manager contacted me and said, "Hey, I think this would be really good for you guys." And I heard it, and I was like, "I would love to record this." So we did, and I'm really proud of it. It's a beautiful song.
Stacy, I
Yeah.
feel very honored to have had this time with you.
I know, me too. This was amazing. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you, man.
Cheers, man. Yeah.